The left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children. Can you believe this?
The Democratic Party and the Biden administration support policies aimed at providing gender-affirming care, which can include puberty blockers for transgender youth. However, it's important to note that the administration does not provide puberty blockers directly to children in schools. Instead, the federal government advocates for LGBTQ+ rights and policies that support access to gender-affirming care through healthcare providers rather than in the school system. What is gender-affirming care? Gender-affirming care refers to medical, psychological, and social services that support and affirm an individual's gender identity. For transgender youth, this care may include counseling, social support, and in some cases, medical interventions like puberty blockers. Gender-affirming care is often recommended by medical and psychological professionals to help transgender individuals reduce the distress that can come from gender dysphoria, which is the feeling of discomfort or distress due to a mismatch between one's assigned gender at birth and gender identity. What are puberty blockers? Puberty blockers are medications that can delay the onset of puberty. They are used to temporarily halt physical changes like breast development, voice deepening, and other secondary sexual characteristics. This delay allows young people, with the guidance of medical professionals and often parental consent, more time to explore their gender identity without undergoing irreversible changes associated with puberty. The Biden administration and Democratic Party stance. The Biden administration and Democratic Party generally support the rights of LGBTQ+ individuals, including access to gender-affirming care. This aligns with recommendations from major medical associations like the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American Medical Association. However, the administration itself does not provide these treatments. Rather, they support policies that prevent discrimination and ensure that young people have access to appropriate healthcare options in consultation with their families and healthcare providers. Policies and protections. The Biden administration has taken steps to protect LGBTQ+ individuals from discrimination in healthcare and education, including reversing Trump-era policies that rolled back protections for transgender people. Federal policies under the Biden administration primarily focus on ensuring that young people can access gender-affirming care without facing discrimination. But the actual provision of puberty blockers or other treatments is managed through healthcare providers and family decisions, not schools. In summary, the Biden administration supports policies that protect access to gender-affirming care, including puberty blockers, but does not directly provide these treatments in schools. Instead, they advocate for access through healthcare systems and protection against discrimination.